Said that? Well, okay. Hello and welcome everyone to this week 2 matchup between Tennessee, who is 4th ranked in the nation, versus Nebraska. Now this is a highly anticipated matchup because, as I believe Joker told me, that the last time these two played, the certain user of Nebraska decided to go bye-bye. So maybe we could see similar things, maybe not, as it is downpouring here in Knoxville. Joker, what are your thoughts on today's matchup?
I believe both of these teams are undefeated, so obviously we're
I'm
gonna.
not.
Oh yeah, obviously we know
Well,
that we know that's not the case, but both of these teams are. If you're Nebraska, this is the type of win that you would love to get on the road. So let's see if they can execute and do that.
yeah, it's going to be a hard, game to play, especially being on the road, and it's going to be even more, tougher given it is a downpour. As I believe Nebraska will receive the kick, so Tennessee will get it at halftime. Tennessee kicks it off, and it looks like number 11 Bell is going to get back to receive. He's going to be stopped at the 20. Now, Joker, what are some keys to both of these teams winning, this game tonight?
I mean, obviously Tennessee, you know how the inconsistency of their offense has been. Obviously, I believe they have a new playbook, so we'll see how much but how much they can adjust to that. But if you're Nebraska, obviously you have Dylan Raiola at QB. Let's see what they can do, especially in this rain. Seems like it's going to rain the majority of this game here in Tennessee.
Yeah, Dylan Raiola or Patrick Mahomes can't really
Oh,
tell, and
well,
it's pressure off the edge. Just no time. Tennessee sending the pressure. Nothing too unusual from the Volunteer defense, but yeah, Tennessee, we're used to that widespread kind of offense from McCord, so maybe it might be a little bit different looks for him. So let's just see how it works out for him tonight. Raiola trying to make some adjustments on the line, but just can't hear the rain, probably amplifying that, crowd noise just a little bit. Oh,
Looking
he's got a
all
man
day downfield. Can he
downfield.
get there?
No!
Trapped.
Just underthrown a little bit, maybe waited a little too late to throw that, so it's going to be 4th and 8. Does have to punt it, not within the 5-yard prerequisite, as the punt is fairly short, but it's going to take a bounce, and oh my, got hit, as both players are just going to fall to the ground. Now it's time for Tennessee's offense to come out and really see what they can do with this new playbook today. Want to go 2-0, stay 4th ranked. It's going to be big for this SEC matchup. Whoever's going to face Alabama.
Yeah, and obviously, I think this is not a must-win game for Tennessee, but just a game that you would love to have on your resume, especially with conference play coming up and the dangerous opponents looming.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it so often. The SEC is kind of like a one-man show, but who's going to come out of there second as the 28th, the running back, Kamari, I believe his name is going to be Moulton, with the first down gain. He's going to break some tackles. That's just good read. I thought it was going to be a Texas route over the middle. Looked like the linebacker would have played it, but he just sat there and got it. As Tennessee is starting a new quarterback, I'm not even going to try pronounce his name. We're just going to
Yeah,
call him
we're not gonna try
JKS.
him either.
JK. We're just going to call him
Yeah.
JK. Not even going to try and pronounce the name. Not worth it. Not worth getting clipped and butchering it here. But the handoff to Edwards now. Only a gain of about 2, but clock's still rolling. 4 minutes here into the first. Tennessee within range of, well, I believe it would be within range of a field goal. I'm not sure if their kickers, you know, good enough. Not a lot of people recruited some. Our offense has done really well, but the defense done a decent job so far. Oh my. Just just gotta catch that if you're the receiver over the middle. He's wide open, but it does look like JKS just kind of threw it a little bit early, maybe trying to prevent the linebacker from coming back over to play it.
Taking
JKS
that
just,
check down there.
yeah, it's gonna be no huddle, so they're gonna go for it. I don't hate the situation. Or maybe Nebraska is going to call a timeout, get it out of the defense, maybe see if Tennessee wants to kick the field goal. No, offense staying out. Only need a gain of 3, so nothing too, scary.
I personally would probably be taking my 3 here. Just because you've shown your defense, but they're going to disagree with that, and that's up
But
the
it's just
middle,
going
and
to be
it's a
over the
first
middle. It's
down and
Gaines.
more.
Axton Gaines just getting the gain for the first down. Now 1st and goal at the 1. What is Tennessee going to do here? They're going to run it, but it's going to be blown up. Edwards gets a loss of 2 now. I mean, Merritt really shot that gap. Lucky he got the tackle. Just could have been worse looming for Tennessee. That's going to be a heavier set here for Tennessee. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and a running back. It's going to be a pass. Oh my God, no.
Dropped it.
That could have been picked off. I mean, it stayed up in the air, and it looked like, I would believe it'd be Jameer Khan, 13, the one who would have attempted to make the play. No, I think it was 1 and 14. Now it's 3rd and goal here. Same set, that 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver formation we just saw. So you're going to just switch it around. The receivers to the right, the tight ends to the other way around. It's going to go quick! Just being dangerous. Just can't be doing this if you're Tennessee. You're right at the goal, and they're just going to take their 3.
Yeah, and I like that call. Your defense has slowed down this.
Kick is up and right through the middle. I mean, yeah, as you were saying, the Nebraska defense, talking about it earlier before this, the broadcast started, but this is kind of the weak point of Nebraska. Their offense obviously is going to lead them to, this victory if they get it, but that defense just bending and not breaking. As Bell will take it out to the 21. Now, Nebraska, they just need to answer back. Don't need to get a touchdown, but just need to have a better drive than what they did the first go-around. It's going to be a little screen out to Johnson. It's going to get a gain of about, I believe that would be 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 at the 25. They're going to run a little bit of tempo.
Yeah, and to me, this is kind of like the drive for Nebraska to get back in this game, show what your offense can do, especially with the troubles they had against Alabama in that last week as well.
Yeah, Mahomes is going to roll out. He's going to slide down.
Okay.
We're going to use this joke a little bit. Patrick Raiola, Dylan Mahomes, just gets the first down. It's going to have Strong, the man in motion. It's going to go to the right. It's going to be a counter to Johnson. Just barely gets back to the line, even gets the gain of 1. So this run game for Nebraska has not gone anywhere. You have to wonder. And this crowd is just beaming into his ear. It's not faced anything like it in the Big Ten just yet, but Raiola's going to snap the ball. He's going to look. He's got a man.
He caught it.
Got hit as he threw, made the ball go short, and tight end just comes back to it, and the corner DB just didn't know what to do, didn't do anything, and just got the ball. As Johnson now is going to run it, and he's got a hole. Only going to get a gain of 5. Honestly, I would have just tried to go head down, try and get what I could. Not trying to bounce it to the outside, but a little more tempo from Nebraska and the Jackson Altman offense. Just going to take the check down to Barney Jr. This Nebraska offense is rolling. Tennessee needs to come up with something to stop it. Just get you a quick little stop.
There he goes. Oh, he missed him.
Yeah, just both receivers seem to bump each other as they crossed and just kind of slowed them up. And Raiola just ultimately just missed the throw. Maybe it slipped out of his hands a little bit. Raiola dropping back once again. He's going to again hit Barney Jr. 17 for a gain. I think it was about 7 there. Again, tempo offense, 3rd and 3. What can you do if you're Nebraska? Carson Hansen doesn't get it. And there's going to be an injury timeout, so it is going to stop it. And do you take your 3? Do you go for it? It's only 2 yards, but I think if you're Nebraska,
you go for this. Offense has shown some inconsistency. Like this call to get aggressive here.
I honestly disagree with you. Nothing wrong with taking your 3 here. It's the first quarter, you know.
And he's on the road too. To me, that's kind of like another reason why. Obviously, kicking field goals on the road isn't.
It's going to be a bounce to the outside. It's going to be Johnson on the speed option. He's going to juke back to the middle. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 2. More tempo offense from Nebraska. It's going to be a run up the middle. It's going to be a touchdown, Johnson. And Nebraska does answer back with 6 of their own. They're going to see the point after team come out. See if they can sink it. And yes, it's going to be right through the middle. 11 plays for 80 yards for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Not a bad drive if you're Nebraska. You know, just, as you said, saw a little bit of inconsistencies. Is there anything to worry about if you're Nebraska?
I mean, no. I mean, obviously you did drive back down the field, but now to me this kind of sets your defense, right? You don't get ball at half, so you're definitely going to have to execute on both ends just to kind of show that you're going to stay in this game.
I thought 44 had a hole there. Now it's time for Tennessee to come back here in this second quarter. You know, let's see if they can have a little bit of a better drive. Obviously, nothing too wrong there as Moulton's going to run it up for a gain of 3. So nothing unusual from what we've seen in Tennessee in this dynasty. You know, really run heavy, you know, a lot of good running backs, but still able to pass the ball when they need to. And it's going to be Moulton once again. He's going to get the gain of 7, maybe a half a yard. It's going to be 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Yeah, 2 tight end look here for Nebraska. Wouldn't be surprised if this is another run. Yeah, this rain to me is kind of going to limit what you can do downfield a little bit. And there, yeah, just Nebraska all over that. You can't run a 2 tight end look and not expect some quick pressure, especially on a run there. I think if you did maybe a play action pass that would have really like broken Nebraska's defense up to maybe make a play down the field.
Yeah, and I think we saw it kind of earlier too in their first drive. You know, their quarterback as he makes the throw, just tight throws once again. That's the second time a receiver's had to really lay out and attempt to make one. You know, it's just this rain's affecting so much. Maybe their ability to cut, maybe the ability to really catch the ball. Going to be quick out to Jefferson, who's going to try and spin, nothing doing. 2nd and 2 at the exact 50. Just nothing doing there. Nebraska kind of expecting it, but it's going to be an injury timeout. You know, Riley Van Poppel, not sure if he's one of the big threats, but still, nonetheless, hate to see an injury for the meantime. Going to be 3rd and 3. Tennessee's going to drop back to pass, a little quick out
again. A good play.
Yeah, just those quick outs really doing it for Nebraska. Not really playing that. You know, I've noticed a lot of the time they're getting beat on those. It's just man, and maybe you have to wonder, is it not worth the play? Because Tennessee's kind of exposing it when you go to it.
Yeah, to me, I think if you're Tennessee, this is a good chance to kind of do what you're doing. Take up all this clock, try and limit Nebraska getting this ball back. It's a wide open dot downfield. Make a man miss. Make two man
Matthews.
miss.
Oh, he got stripped, and the ball just slipping and sliding. Just nowhere to go. Made two-man miss. It was a good play, and just gotta hold on to it. But with the rain, it's just gonna make things worse.
Oh, the blockers
oh my God.
touchdown.
Just what a play. The comeback could have been devastating, but they say we can still run this football. They're going to answer back. See if the point after is going to be good.
Remember, these PATs, McCard was commentating that game yesterday. These PATs could become crucial. Obviously made that one there, but good drive for Tennessee. Now this puts all the pressure back on Nebraska. If you're Tennessee, be aggressive with your timeouts, especially if they lose yards, or even try and get this ball back here before the end of the quarter.
Yeah, I agree, and it's not going to be the worst. I mean, if you let them score, I'd say let them do it quick so you have time to answer back, and maybe you can double down on it. So let's see what Nebraska can do. Third time on offense here. It's going to have a man in motion 17. It's going to be a little handoff.
It's coming. They didn't get there.
It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 37. It's going to be no huddle. A lot of tempo offense from both teams today. Is that just... Wonder what the idea behind that is.
Oh, I see him.
Oh, Raiola rolls out. Escapes
Don't make that throw. Don't make that throw. Don't make that
He's
throw.
just going to throw it away. I mean, I know people hate this phrase, but that looked a little Mahomey.
Okay. In college football, we don't say Mahomes. We call witchcraft. We call it sorcery.
We call it electric days.
Yeah, the little electric days.
And Raiola's going to hand it off, a little RPO action.
You got to take that halfback out. Just not the speed, and yeah, I think Jackson's going to agree with me. Just didn't have that speed, that cut up the minus
11.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. But good thing about this Nebraska team, they do have the talent and the depth, especially on the offensive end, to make these adjustments.
So does he know you can make these substitutions in pre-snap?
Yeah, but you don't want to get a false start or whatever. It's better just to pause it, do it the easier way. But third and long here, or not third and long, third and manageable here for Nebraska. Got to expect some sort of man coverage all around, in my opinion. To me, if I'm Tennessee, I don't think you call a timeout right now. I think they do have to hike this ball before the 2-minute warning. They will. Blitz coming, coming, and there's the stop you get. And now, I mean, this is really risky for Nebraska to go for this. I probably would punt, but I also don't blame you for going for this. Going to have to be something short.
Yeah, I mean, I think going forward, it's not worst case scenario if you don't get it. I think Nebraska, we've seen this defense can play decently well. Just have to wonder what they're thinking here on 4th and 5, offensive play-wise.
If this is something quick. Looks like another adjustment. It's just going to be tough with this rank, the stadium pulse. I'm looking 101 maybe if he can get it.
But there it is, Carson Hansen.
The Texas route. That's big.
Yeah, I thought he had the drag under the middle to the tight end, but looks like he wanted a little bit later to the Texas route. Now again, it's even 2-minute warning time. What can you do if you're Nebraska? I mean, if you waste this clock, kick your 3, ties the game, and it's essentially just a 2-half, new game. But knowing Jackson, he probably wants his 6.
To me, you're at least looking for 3, right? Six would be lovely, but you also don't want to overdo it. I think 3, if it's able, you do it. Raiola looking. Does he want to make that throw? He will not make that throw. Has blockers.
He's going to run.
Dylan Raiola downfield.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. He goes out of bounds there. 1:50 left. The clock will stop. And to me, that honestly helps Tennessee. more than that helps Nebraska. Obviously, you have a field goal now, right? Nebraska was kind of talking about,
Oh my
got to
God.
roll out. Does he want to make that throw? He has room to run. If he gets there, he gain a 5. Out of bounds
I think,
again.
maybe that's just the interception and me speaking. I would have thrown cross body to the crosser over the middle. I think if you kind of pass lead it maybe a little bit down and, towards you a little bit, maybe you get it, but maybe that's just me. I would have taken the shot. I just don't think running out of bounds is kind of worth it. Carson Hansen now.
Running. I think you call timeout, but the game calls timeout for him with the injury timeout. I was going to say, if you're Tennessee, I think you call timeout here. I think Nebraska's going for it either way. Either they convert it on 3rd down, or they try and convert it on 4th down.
Yeah, I think if you don't get it, it's kind of, they're trapped at the 1 yard line unless you don't. And a little bit of wishbone, the armed forces coming out in Nebraska. What can you
Gotta be a
do?
quick
It's going to
play,
be
running
outside.
He gets long, he loses yards, and there's
And
another.
always injured. The running back, Carson Hansen, so the Nebraska running backs are feeling it. And it looks like the field goal unit will come out for Nebraska, so looking to take their 3. I don't hate this, but it is at a weird angle.
To me, I think if he didn't lose yards, if he didn't lose 5 yards, I think if it was 4th and 4 or shorter, I think he would have went for it. But just being able to tie this game up, possibly.
What the?
He goes for
Hickory
a fake.
dickory, what the fuck? What the?
Yo, you guys saw me change the play there, right?
I'm not gonna lie. What in the world just happened?
Okay.
A
little trickery.
It's at the 21 now because that's a fumble apparently, but I don't know what to think about that.
I don't know how to.
He changed the play to kick the field goal, and the game said no, and then he just threw it backwards apparently and lost, technically lost yards on the fumble. So now Tennessee, clock is still rolling, so no timeouts. And they're going to kind of stay in the huddle here. It's, 1:20 remaining. 2nd and 7 at, the Nebraska 24. A little bit of 2-minute offense.
Too much time.
Oh my God.
You gotta do something with it. You sit there for too long. There was something that you gotta run with the QB. There was nothing really open there. You're trying to force something. Almost got sacked, and Nebraska almost could have got this ball back. 3rd and long.
I mean, yeah, I understand, trusting the offensive line, and the offensive line
Just
gave him so much time, but you can't just sit in that pocket unaware.
Again.
Anyway, he's
gonna
look.
Again.
Oh my God, he caught it. JKS just being dangerous, throwing a lot of hospital balls.
My goodness.
Oh my Lord! Looking back at that should have been incomplete, if not an interception. The clock's still rolling, so no timeouts being called. It's gonna be a little bit of a run.
He gets out to the outside. Timeout, Tennessee. To me, if you're Tennessee, you gotta be thinking 3. Best case scenario 3. I mean, we've seen other teams drive down the field with about a similar amount of time with no timeouts. So, see if they can resemble that.
Okay, so we're talking about ourselves.
Run. Do something
and
other than hold the football.
up.
And now, if I'm Nebraska, I call timeout. You be aggressive. You put pressure on Tennessee to make a big play to possibly get the ball back.
I completely disagree.
You disagree?
I don't. I mean, yes, you do have that timeout, but there's nothing doing. Force them to play with less time. You're in a favorable position. No reason to give Tennessee extra time per se to really do what they want to do. And you're just gonna wait back over the middle to Brazel.
Oh, I think we call timeout. Or I mean, what do you think? I think he has to just kick the 3 now because he didn't go out of bounds.
I think you take a shot at the end zone.
Yeah, maybe you have enough for one play. Maybe.
I was like, take a shot. If nothing's there, you throw it away.
Yeah.
Yep, nothing doing. My biggest worry is we are on the hash, and being this far out, I mean, yes, you are at home, so it won't be as hard, but yeah, the rain might play a factor.
Looking.
He's going to throw it.
My bounce. He's not going to have enough
clock
time.
Is going to stop.
He's going to have to clock it.
He's just going to have to go.
He's gonna have to clock it. He won't get a
Yep.
playoff, and that's why I think you take your
That's.
3 there.
I think you had to, if you were going to take a shot, it had to be at the end zone. It couldn't be, but anyway, it's going to be 7-10 Tennessee leading at the half. They do get the ball back, so it's not too bad, but could have been worse. As we have seen some, short to say, interesting things already happen in this game. As the kickoff is going to be, it's going to be Butler 40, who's just going to fair catch it in the end zone. Now,
Yeah. I'm going to be honest here. I think Tennessee's playing terrible football right now. They should be up at least 13-7. Just kind of taking too long with the QB, and then obviously missing that field goal there.
oh my God.
Goodness!
Did he catch it?
He caught it!
That's like the 8th time.
We're
Oh my
not
God.
going to win this football game throwing those type of passes. We're not. It's
mean-
not going to last.
Gaines should be dead in the hospital currently.
I
But
even step back. There's a run. That's
He's
a
just
good
gonna
cut.
cut it back.
Good cut. Number 4 Tennessee just saying how they're not saying how can I win this? How can I give this game to Nebraska? That's all I've taken from this first half so far, and a little bit of this third quarter.
I mean, yeah, it's just been dangerous football from Tennessee. You know, I've seen 3 of those diving catches. One of them was incomplete. I think that one is going to be Moulton cuts it back.
This run game, I think if you kept it to the left side, you would have had a lot more room to run. But hey, another first down in Nebraska territory. Now you got to execute, right? To me, you could be up 13-7 right now, but we can't think about that anymore. Get down this field, at least get a field goal here, and make your defense try and make a big play for Nebraska.
Yeah, just have to be willing to, take what the defense gives you. You can't be aggressive and force things as you're just going to throw it.
Wow, Davis. Is that the tight end? He must be a tight end with how... Yes,
With
he
how
is the tight
big
end.
he
But
is.
if he's a wide receiver, I'd be concerned.
Maybe Tennessee does a little bit differently with their wide receivers, but it's going to be another run from Moulton.
What a cut. What a run. That did not look good. 5 defenders got there, and he still got 7 yards.
Yeah, Tennessee really playing into this run game. A lot of big-name NFL running backs came from Tennessee, so...
Looking.
Oh my God!
Hospital! Get the bed ready!
I mean, he was under pressure and just had to get something out, so,
This looks like man coverage all around. Blitz coming, maybe. If he wants it, gotta throw it away. Don't catch it! I think we go for this. I know it sounds stupid, but I
fully disagree. Fully.
Only reason why I say that is just because, you're giving Nebraska too many opportunities to stay in this game. Obviously, you can easily take your 3 here, but you're playing better than Nebraska, but you're giving the game to Nebraska. This has to be something short, maybe an out route, maybe a zig route, just something quick, or maybe even a QB keeper, but there are loading up this box.
A little bit of reload. No, just kidding. It's not. He's going to throw it up the
Field
seam.
like that, yes, to the 1. That's what you need. Put pressure on this Nebraska defense to make a play. And they're first and goal inside the 1. 2 tight end look. You have to be expecting a run here. This is probably man coverage. It's probably going to be a blitz. So if you're going to throw, this has to be something quick.
Yeah, it's going to be a pass.
Something quick.
And a big injury to the offensive line, 67 of Warren, but, have to wonder, you can't keep taking hits with your quarterback, It just doesn't seem like it's working out for Tennessee, just trying to, sit there and wait. 16, again, we're not going to try and pronounce his name because that is a mouthful.
Looking, what do you got? Run up the middle. You got it, just a card. And
That's
a
6.
That's 6. Unless the QB can get there, he can.
He kind of slowed him down.
You just had room up the middle.
I mean, Yeah, you just step up and see what the defense gives you. Just trying to sit there and do too much. 13, one of the key players to watch for this Nebraska defense, just makes the play. Of course,
Oh, this
Hansen
dude
now.
is he's back in? I don't think.
It's both of the running backs are just hurt for Nebraska. We might see a little bit of some substitutions here.
And to me, this is just bad Tennessee, right? Number 4 team in the nation. Yes, they're number 4 ranked, but they're playing like they're unranked and not deserving of a playoff spot. Kind of just they should be up at least 17, maybe what if they score the field goal there at the end of the at the end of the first half, and then
Yeah.
just run the football. I think you tried to get cute. You tried to get cute there, and you threw a pick trying to just take too long. What do you get if you're not open after 5 yards or 5 seconds? Run, throw it away, do something, and now you threw a pick.
I mean, yeah, and it's no fault of Tennessee's own necessarily with the offensive line. That their offensive line is fighting in the trenches, giving them time, but this quarterback is failing with his reads. It's gonna be single back formation here. Ives, he's gonna bounce to the outside. Is he gonna get anything? I think he would get 3rd and 3. And here's more tempo. And, this crowd's being very loud. They don't want Nebraska to get anything. A very defensive kind of tailed game so far. Maybe not a lack of its own, but Ives once again up the middle. Does get it. It's going to be at their own 41, 1st and 10 now. This run game for Nebraska is kind of showing itself a little bit here now. It's going to be 5 wide with the running back in the left side there. It's going to be a man in motion. Looks like man defense for it. He's going to bounce to the outside.
Yes, he does! He didn't get there, and that's a first down. And see, this is the mistakes. You're not going to all those hospital ball passes. You're not going to win football games like this. And now Nebraska driving. Now your defense is going to have to get a good stop.
But if there's anything good about this Tennessee team, it is their defense. They do have a lot of stars. But it's going to be Barney once again. We've seen his name be called a lot. He's going to get the first down. More tempo from Nebraska. They want to keep Tennessee in this defense. No substitutions. They're going to make a little bit of a formation switch now. It's going to be pretty balanced and even. It's going to be handoff to Parker now.
He won't go down, and that's a gain of 4.
Yeah, more tempo. Just keeping Tennessee on the back of their heels.
Looking.
Wide open, Barney.
Down. Oh my God!
He jumped 2 people.
He cleared him. He
jumped 2 people. Get up, young man. I don't remember Barney the dinosaur doing that. And it's going to be a run up the middle with
Good
Ives.
stop if you're Tennessee. Injury timeout.
And it's to Barney. Maybe that hurdle kind of making him feel a little bit.
That's crazy. I'm still...
2 people.
He hopped
Not
over.
1.
Cleared. He cleared.
Not 1, but 2.
If that was a touchdown, that's play of the year.
Play of the year. Yep. Maybe play of the game, like entirety. Anyway, it's going to be a little vet Jake
touchdown. And again, to me, this is not... I mean, Nebraska's just capitalizing on the Tennessee mistakes. What a game so far for Nebraska. That's a glitchy animation, but Tennessee's going to have to execute. That's all it is, right? We talked about it yesterday. We talk about it with all these games. Execution is what's going to win or lose you these games, and Tennessee just hasn't done that for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily like Tennessee's playing all of that. They are playing bad, yes, but I don't think Nebraska's, not playing good. I think they're playing, well and doing what they need to do.
Yeah, Nebraska will take advantage of what the defense will give them. If no one's open, Raiola will roll out of that pocket and probably gain some yards on the ground. But
You know,
we'll see what
maybe
Tennessee can do now. Just gotta limit these hospital ball passes, those little 50-50, how did he catch that type of passes downfield.
you know, we need more, you know, simple big plays than hickory dickory. That's some trickery type things and whatnot. But now, what can, you know, number 16, the quarterback, do? It's gonna be, I think, a little bit of a reload. Nope, just kidding. He's gonna go out. He's gonna drop back to pass. He's looking. Oh my, that is a tight
It's a
throw.
tight window. I think that'll end in the third quarter, but just like another one of those. To me, I thought I saw the wheel route open. I saw the one in front of the receiver, and that's the end of the third quarter. But heck, I mean, it's still rainy. Looks like the night lights will start to fully shade over Tennessee. Who do we have winning this game? What do both of these teams have to do?
I think, you know, as far as I'm seeing so far, I think Nebraska has the edge and the momentum, but what Tennessee needs to do is just be simple, be successful. Don't do random electric stuff.
There he goes.
And there's going to be a little
Cut in.
play to Matthews.
Make
Oh my
miss,
God!
make two miss. First down.
Yeah, that's just what you need. Take what the defense gives you. If it's short and only gets you maybe 3 or 4 yards, take it. You don't need to take shots down the field. Anyway, 16. Again, it's to Matthews.
That's an injury. To me, I'm not too comfortable or the knowledge for myself if this QB for Tennessee can run, but I'd even maybe if he could run, right? Keep the defense honest. Throw like a run play, a QB draw in there for the QB, just to kind of show that this QB can move if he needs to.
Well, any quarterback
Don't
can
make that
run
throw.
if you
Don't throw a pick. Don't throw a pick.
God.
We're
Third
trying
and
to throw a
inches
pick,
now.
and it's third and inches.
Third
I don't
and
think
inches.
we get cute. I don't think we try and get cute here. I don't think we try and do something special for TV. Run this football on third down. You're going for it anyway. Yeah, he's gonna go and goal line. So you kind of gotta expect.
Kind of know, but I've been very adamant on what I think. I hate this call.
You run.
Yep.
Oh, and he didn't get it. You're going for this either way.
I hate that call. I always hate because when you come out in goal line, everyone knows what you're doing, and it's so easy to stop. I hate that call, and it didn't work there. It's 4th and inches now. You don't need a deep play. You know,
you need half a yard, and I think you run this football. This is going to be a blitz all around to me. You know he's going to make one player make a play down.
Oh my God! You caught it! I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't. Make me understand.
I think now Nebraska's going to blitz again. Gotta throw it away. Did he sacked? Nebraska is going to keep sending blitz. This Tennessee offense, this Tennessee QB is just taking too much time. And if you're Nebraska, here's your opportunity. Less than 4 minutes left, 2nd and 20. And they're going to run this football, and
I don't hate that call.
Goodness. And he gets a big gain, and that's a gain of 8.
Yeah, it's, you know, again, I think if you get within range of going for it on 4th down, I think you do go for it, potentially.
You're looking to gain at least, 7, 8 yards here, 10. Get back in the field goal range. And McCarr, we're just taking a little bit too much time. And now it's 4th and 12, and now he has to take his 3.
I mean, it's just.
Well, I don't think he has to, based on our rules. But I don't think going for it. But I thought he's going to agree with that.
He had to be within.
I think anywhere in the 4th quarter,
unless he was 2
down.
I could be wrong.
Anywhere he could go. Oh my God! He tried it, but he had an opportunity.
Oh my God! I think that's one of the times you gotta be mad. I mean, not wide open, but diving for it, you gotta come up with it. As it's gonna be Ives up the middle. I think if you're Nebraska, you know, like if you get 3 here, you go. I believe it would be 2 scores unless they get the 6 and the 2 point. So you know, just score points, chew clock.
Gotta be expecting mid blitz here up the middle. See if he can run out to a different direction, and he can first down, and he'll probably take this to the 2-minute warning. And now Tennessee, you're gonna have to make a stop, right? There's a 2-minute warning. Now you got to use your timeouts. And to me, this is just, we shouldn't even be in this situation. We
It's
shouldn't.
just, yeah, it's just been bad football. Nothing. Nebraska's played well, kind of taken what Tennessee has given them, but you just can't be putting yourself in these situations if you're Tennessee, who is fourth ranked in the SEC, because Nebraska
All
will
over
not.
that timeout, Tennessee. Second and
Yeah,
8.
it's just Tennessee. This isn't going to be the hardest opponent you face all year. I'm not sure who exactly is on their schedule, but you have to. The goal is to face DBJ, to have a shot at beating them, but.
There's no way he throws this, right? I think if you're Nebraska, you force Tennessee to use all their timeouts. I don't think you throw this, and
And he's
he
going to
is.
drop back to
Oh,
pass
and he gets the
up the
first
middle.
down. He tries to go down. And is that the? I don't think it's the game.
I think the idea for Nebraska is maybe if there is a mistake like a fumble or something, just get them as far down the field.
I don't
Not
think this is
entirely
the
sure.
game, but I don't think it's unlikely unless you take a false start up the middle, timeout. And I think now you just run it. I don't think you do anything fancy with this. You know that Tennessee's probably going to have under. I don't think you throw this. As tempted as it might be with that 1-on-1 on that left side, you don't do anything fancy here. Oh, we
And
missed
oh my
him!
God.
And I would score. Don't play the game. Oh, and he's going to go down. But I guess there's only one timeout left. So I guess that's okay. But, I mean, we've seen funkier things. But I think he's going to QB nail it. And that'll be the game.
Yeah, and I thought he would score there.
And when he calls timeout, see.
So I think now it will for sure be the game. Yeah. One of the most interesting games I've called in terms of things that have happened, and it's going to be Tennessee falling to unranked 1-1 Nebraska as Patrick Mahomes and the Cornhuskers. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I think if you're Tennessee, you just have to be disappointed, No one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, and I agree. To me, this is one of those losses where it was like, how'd you lose that? I don't think Nebraska won that game, right? There's a difference between winning the game. I think Tennessee lost that game. The miss clicked at the end of the second quarter, then the pick at the 1 just can't happen. But let's talk to our winning head coach first, Jackson. A big one on the road. Obviously, 2 of your first 3 games on the road. Just kind of talk us through that game.
Yeah, it was a difficult game with all the rain and stuff. I think I only had 4 possessions that game, so. I had 5. I don't know. The offense didn't start off great. Second drive was pretty good. Then third drive, I changed it to a field goal, but I guess because I was on the road, it just didn't change, and there was that backwards pass.
That weird.
I thought the offense played all right. Defensively, we got bailed out a little bit he had a couple drops, and I just couldn't really stop the run that much, but we'll take it on the road. 4 more road games in a row left.
Oh yeah, that's a tough little stretch.
The schedule maker just decided I was gonna have a difficult schedule.
My question is, obviously we kind of talked about it at the beginning of the game, and sources kind of said, last time you played the user of Tennessee, we just had to say bye-bye. Was there any kind of a get back, for this game, kind of prove a point, you and Dylan Mahomes out there?
Yeah, people in the schedule reveal said that I was gonna leave after this game, so I had to show them I wasn't gonna leave.
Yeah, I think you should just leave anyway and then come back just to be funny about it.
Maybe.
But looking ahead, obviously, we'll look at your user games more than your CPU. You go on the road against, yeah, that's just a tough kind of draw. On the road against Arizona State, on the road against Kansas, are your next two user games, two out of the next 3 weeks. I think if you can beat those two teams, I think winning out kind of goes up a lot. But what are you looking forward to, especially in the game against Arizona State?
Yeah, I haven't. I only watched Slick play one time, and it's when he sold the game that did that. But uh, yeah, he's 0-2. I don't. Away games are always going to be hard, but I don't think either of those games should be too hard.
Hex, anything else for our Nebraska head coach?
Yeah, Nebraska was in the Big Ten. Now you're in the Big 12. What's kind of the mindset? Obviously there's kind of a couple teams there. Is there any team specifically who you think you have to beat to get there?
No, I think I just need to win out, and I'll be set.
Okay, well, thank you, and we'll move on to Tennessee. And I mean, kind of a lot of what could have been, a lot of what ifs. Just kind of talk through your performance in that game.
Like to have the first drive of the second half back. Other than that, catch the damn football. Pretty plain and simple. Cost me 7 points on the first drive. Ethan Davis didn't catch it in the back end zone for some damn reason. And then on that 4th and 12, Matthews open on the route. Don't know why the game decided for it to be a drop, but it is what it is. Good job, Jackson. You played a good game. Took advantage of my mistakes. Capitalized when needed. And game I should have won. Probably damn near double digits, but it is what it is. Move on next week.
Yeah. Just one more question for myself before I move to Hex. You play at Texas Tech, but then after that, obviously your conference play I'm not gonna say you got away with one, but your conference schedule is way easier, and obviously a 9-3 Tennessee will make the playoffs, but you do play Washington, and then your SEC games are South Carolina, Texas, and Georgia. So what's your kind of season look ahead, especially after that big win against North Carolina in week 1?
There's zero excuses not to make the playoffs with the schedule I have, because I got away with one. Gotta go on the road, beat Tech and Washington. Gotta take, which question mark since you can't win at fucking home, but here we are. So I can't have mistakes, especially those last two games in SEC play at Texas and at Georgia. So just gotta try to start winning, find a way. It is what it is.
Next.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit about it, but this loss, trying to get it out of the back of your head, but coming into conference play, is this kind of gonna worry you a little bit? The inability, maybe like kind of how you said, to play at home. Does this raise any concerns for some of the big name guys like DBJ and maybe Georgia and Masopes?
Hell, I don't know. I don't know why we couldn't catch a football today, but yeah, it's gonna be back in our mind. Some of the just didn't make sense seeing what I saw out there with some of the players. It didn't match the overalls. I don't know. Didn't get it. Didn't understand it. But yeah, back to the mind going to Texas Tech, and then trips to at Washington and Texas and Georgia. Yeah, it's gonna be in the back of the mind.
Okay, well, if there's no more questions, we'll wrap this up. Hex, you can take us home.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this Week 2 matchup between Nebraska and Tennessee. Hope everyone enjoyed the game we watched, and we hope to see y'all for the rest of the games of the week for Week 2.